Today we're comparing the Sigma Cine full frame primes and the DZO Vespid Primes. Which set do you like better, and which one would you rather own? My go-to set for the last couple years has been the Sigma Cine full frame primes. I wanted a set of lenses that were popular in the commercial space, since that's primarily where I work in, but also a set of lenses that were fast. You know, T1.5 is extremely fast, great for low light, great for extreme shallow depth of field. I wanted lenses that were sharp, especially for the use of like commercial branded films, where you want things to be, fairly detailed, and in some cases very, very detailed, like if you're shooting food, for example. I wanted a set of lenses that had a neutral color, nothing too, cool, nothing too warm, something very neutral, so that way you have a nice clean base to start from. I also wanted a set of lenses that had a 180-degree follow focus throw, or less than that, because there are times where I am pulling focus by hand, say it's like a documentary or something very run and gun. Even if it's just a shot where, like, if we're changing lenses out, changing to a different camera system, in some cases it's just faster for me to just pull focus for like one quick little shot, rather than having the AC reconnect the follow focus motor and test it and all that jazz, which can take up time. But after a while, you kind of get bored with having a very clinical and very detailed look when it comes to your lenses, right? Because at the end of the day, my belief, especially with all the sensors that we have right now, is that the lenses, always the lenses plus any kind of like diffusion filter will make the biggest impact, that will make the biggest difference when it comes to your image making. And that's why earlier this year, I picked up a set of the DZO Vespid Primes. An amazing cinematographer you should check out, Nik Pilecki. He's up in I think Nick is up in Ontario, but I've had him on my podcast twice. Great guy, amazing cinematographer. And Nick's been using the DZO Vespids for the past couple months on a plethora of commercial shoots. I didn't really want to spend another $20,000 or $30,000 on cinema lenses if I was just going to get something barely noticeable. The Vespid Primes have a lot more character than the Sigma Cine lenses do. You can look at the out of focus elements. You can look at the bokeh, the fall off, the spherical aberration. There's more background separation on the DZO Vespid Primes, so they're more three-dimensional in shape, rather than the Sigma Cines, which can be pretty flat when it comes to background separation. As far as sharpness goes, the DZO Vespid Primes are very sharp, even at wide open at a T2.1. The colors of the lenses, they do tend to run a little warm. Not so warm where it's very apparent. You're like, whoa, why is the image like, 2000 Kelvin higher? Nothing like that, but there is a little bit of like a warmth to the Vespid Primes, which adds to the character. In terms of the focus rotation, it is a lot longer than the Sigma Cine full frame primes. The DZO Vespid Primes are a 270-degree rotation throw, so highly recommend that if you are using the Vespid Primes, you really want to have a focus puller or first AC, or if you are pulling focus by hand, hopefully it's a situation where you don't have to pull focus too far. Now, I know some of you will want to know what the sharpness is between both sets of lenses wide open. So let's test the Sigma Cines at T1.5 and then the DZO Vespid Primes. Again, I only have the 25mm and the 50mm right now. The 90mm wide open is a T2.8, so I kind of want to leave that alone. We're just going to test the 25mm and the 50mm lenses in both sets. Let's look at character, right? And character can be defined as the out of focus elements, any kind of like spherical aberration, as well as the fall off from the plane of focus. I hope you guys enjoyed this little comparison between the Sigma Cines and the DZO Vespid Primes. Again, they are two different price points, but I believe you can use both lenses in multiple scenarios, which is why I own both those lenses. I have, in fact, used the Sigma Cine lenses in a variety of shoots, from commercial to documentary to narrative projects. And the DZO Vespid Primes I've used this year on like corporate videos, documentary, branded content. And again, I really like the DZO Vespid Primes. Which one would I choose if I could only pick one? That's a tough one. The Sigma Cines are very popular in the commercial space, so they have made me quite a bit of rental income in the past couple years. But that being said, the DZO Vespid Primes, at least in the Los Angeles area, are very popular lenses now across the board. Whether you're doing like, you know, fashion, music video, commercial, corporate stuff, right? You say DZO Vespid Primes or DZO Film, a lot of people in the LA area know of that name. So I feel like nowadays you would probably want to go more towards like the DZO route rather than the Sigma route, unless you had a very specific clientele that wants like ultra sharp, very detailed neutral color tones in their images, and I would go for the Sigma Cines. If you like this video, please leave it a thumbs up. I would appreciate it. Remember to subscribe to the YouTube channel as always, just so you are notified of new content coming out. Remember to hit that bell notification. It's something that I have forgotten to do with some of my some of the channels that I subscribe to. I'm like, why don't I like get their feeds anymore? And it's because I don't know what happened, but the bell notification got like disabled or turned off. So please remember to hit that bell notification. And as always, friends, remember that every day you have an opportunity to create your experience and to write and tell your own story. My name is David Lee, and I will catch you guys in the next video.